Hey everybody, and welcome to another video on the channel. So, as promised in the compost video, today you're going to see Jack Spirko of the Survival Podcast while at the Living Free in Tennessee 2025 Spring Workshop is going to show us how he made the biochar we use in the compost using just a backyard kettle grill. So, enjoy the video, and I hope you stick around for more. Have a great day.
Nobody's gonna stand in my way. Give it up, son, I'm doing this my way.
And we'll get it running with an open vent. And when I think we have enough material that it won't make our lives miserable trying to actually make charcoal, I'll close the vent. And that's what's really nice about these. Now the barrel kiln I was talking about that I made, I put the little bung hole on the bottom as it sits when you're using it, and the big one on the top, which is the exact opposite of what everybody does. But then I went out and got a piece of pipe that's threaded, and there's an off-the-shelf piece of pipe that will screw right into that little bung. And I got an end cap for it, like you're making a pipe bomb. Okay, put it in the kiln, leave the end cap off of it. Once you get your fire established, put it back on. Same thing we're doing here basically. And if you really want to get it going quick, you can take one of those little blowers they use for like cleaning a computer and put it in the end of the pipe. And that's, everybody that does this says not to do that. And then they take 15, instead of 15 minutes to really get started making charcoal, they take like an hour. Because it's choking it out before you get anything established. I'm gonna see if he gets here, we'll get this going.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe he wants to look and see if he can find some really thin shit. Yeah, stuff like that. Just so we get an established base. Yeah, throw that in there. Now, what I've seen a lot of people say to do with any kiln is fill it and light it from the top and let it burn top down. Yeah, don't do that. It makes you miserable. If you're going to make a big pile and you're going to do old school method, that's exactly what you do. You can just make a big pile of good dry material, top light it, and let it burn from the top down. That should go good.
I'm actually going to bring you a scoop of my half-processed shit too.
Yeah,
There is a whole bunch of paper Right, and that's one way to do it, right? You just take a big brush pile, light it from the top, let it burn down, and when it burns all the way to the bottom, put water on it. That's literally all you do. Yeah, throw it on there. Your material. If you're doing like a really high-end kiln, you have like a certain application, you want your material to be really dry. You get a moisture meter. When you're doing this, would you happily put this in a wood stove or a fireplace? If you would do that, that's enough of that. If you would do that, to me, it's going to make decent biochar this way. You're going to get really hot. Alan, you said you finished that stuff you did your trial with at like 600?
Well, so we finish for different applications at different temperatures according to what we're trying to do. Don't worry about it for what you're doing.
No.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
For what I'm doing, I'm having to do a commercial scale. So we were finishing the bioremediation stuff for Lahaina at 650 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And we're doing a similar one for North Carolina right now.
This will burn incredibly hot. You will be surprised. I've zeroed out, not with this, but with the drums, I've zeroed out my E-Tech City thermal gun. And I think that goes to like 900.
So the hotter you get it, the higher the pH typically. You'll have a little more ash, but and the structure of the biochar changes. If you look at it under an electron microscope. So when we're doing it really precisely, it's because when we burn to different temperatures, we get different micro pore structures in the biochar.
You're also doing very specific scientific research, and you need to document exactly what you did every step of the way.
Yes.
For homestead, this is great. And like when you did the stuff with on site, you just use Ring of Fire.
Correct.
It's basically a giant one of these. They're really big though. That's a lot of material
Hardwood?
you can make.
Is it hardwood or softwood, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It needs to be dry though.
Okay.
Like most of the stuff that I do, like we're doing here today, and we're doing this instead of like a barrel kiln because almost everybody has one of these, where you could have one for anywhere between $3 and $50 just by going to Facebook Marketplace. They're always on there, super cheap. I've seen, like, this is the base model, the deluxe model that they sell new now for like $250. I've seen them on Marketplace for $40, $50. They don't even look like they've ever been used. And the nice thing is you also have a grill. I'm not big on unitaskers. I do have several different designs of kilns we've done. We've done T-Luds, we've done the Tin Man retort, which is where you're taking a 30-gallon drum inside and then you have a 55-gallon drum that does have flow. And you completely surround the inner drum. You get it burning from the top and then you put the lid on it with a chimney. That works really, really good. Bob Wells's YouTube channel, New England Biochar, he has that on there. A whole seminar, and they start out using the Tin Man retort. The nice thing about that is you don't have to do what we're gonna end up doing here. We're gonna have to stay here with this until this is done. We're gonna have to watch it all the way through. And if we don't, it's going to turn to ash, and we're gonna lose all our material. We're not gonna end up with biochar, we're gonna end up with ash. On the pH thing, once it is inoculated, it really doesn't do much to soil pH at all. And you really want, like, his point about the ash though, the ash will alter your soil pH. So the better you quench it, the more you rinse it, the less ash you shall have. And if you have like really acidic soil, don't. Because then you're just using ash and char.
So yeah, Jack mentioned Kelpie Wilson's Ring of Fire. It's a pretty large unit. It's really good for significant amounts of slash wood, like storm-felled wood and so forth. And it's very portable. You can take it and move it around. So it's nice for a whole community to have like one or two of those.
Yeah.
And then you can move it around. So not everybody needs one.
It bolts together on site, so you can put it in the back of like a little SUV.
Correct. And you can take it and do what you need to do with it. You can create a lot of biochar in an 8-hour burn window. And so we've been using it for like large area remediation, where we need to create a lot of biochar out of a lot of downed wood. And then, yeah. So we'll do things like do biochar, quench it, partially charge it, crush it, put it down on an area needs to be remediated, and then we'll chip or shred the rest of the wood and put it down on top as mulch, and then inoculate that, and it just goes to town.
So now what I did is I closed the vent. And so now it can't get air from underneath. But you'll notice it's still burning. And that's because the wood is now producing gas. And it's the gas that's burning. And that gas doesn't really need oxygen. And even though some air can get down in there, the flames now are effectively forming a cap and preventing the oxygen flow in. But I'm gonna give it just a little bit more small material before we go to the bigger stuff. Like I said, at home, if I'm using the kettle grill, it's probably all material like this. Maybe if I don't have enough of it to quite fill it, I might do a little bit of what we did here with the chop saw with this bigger material. But because, it's not there's anything wrong with it, it's just there's so much less prep work if you don't have to cut it that small. And when you're feeding it, you'll know if you fed it too much. It'll start smoking if you started to really choke it out. And as you're doing this and you're building up from the bottom, you want to go really light at first, and once you get a really good established off-gassing going on, then whatever you're using, you basically want to completely cover it each time, but only one layer. Only one layer at a time. And then you're going to watch it, and when it starts to turn to ash on the surface, you start to see surface ash on it, add another layer. Wait for that to happen again, add another, and that's all there is to this. And this is pretty much one of the oldest methods of making charcoal. These type of kilns, because that's what it really is a kiln, were being used thousands of years ago in Japan to make actual charcoal for like cooking and things like that. And by the way, it's great as actual charcoal. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm still doing, I've tried a bunch of different ways to crush it. I've tried using a chipper shredder. If you get the moisture exactly right, it'll blow right through there and it won't make a cloud of smoke. If it's too dry, it makes a giant cloud of smoke. If it's too wet, it makes an oil sludge-like substance inside your wheat lip chipper shredder, and then you will never do it again. That's why I don't do it anymore, because I did it once and it sucked. So I just put it in the feed bag and drive over it. The game changer with that for me though was, I have screens, and I run it through a 1/2-inch screen. Anything that goes through the 1/2-inch screen goes on a 1/4-inch screen. If it goes through the 1/4-inch screen, it's ready to go to the garden. That way I'm not bothering to, I do that before I even try to crush it, because this will fracture like crazy when you hit it with the water at the end. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Then I put the stuff that went through the 1/2-inch but didn't go through the 1/4-inch into a bag by itself and drive over it to crush it. And I put anything bigger into a bag and drive over to crush it. This way you don't have all these different particle sizes filling in, because what happens if you throw it all in the bag, you drive over it, drive over it, and drive over it, it doesn't ever seem to really crush much. Because since it all fills in, you're compacting it instead of crushing it. When you separate it into basic sizes, there's a lot of airspace in there. So when you drive a 2-ton vehicle over it, it crushes. And you think it would, because it crushes, you'll see when, like, we have some that's already made, you can crush it in your hands really easy. So you think it would all crush really well. So what I've done now, once it goes through that cycle, if it doesn't go through the screen after the second crushing, I put it in a bucket and it's charcoal to use as charcoal. And you could throw that in your garden too. Like the people that did this originally, they weren't crushing it down and screening it and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna start going with some bigger material. Yeah, there's not quite all ashed over yet, but again, we're just on the first layer.
I love it. I find it everywhere. We were at a.
That's a big piece.
We were at
We just basically want to cover the whole
and I was standing there like,
thing, and it may smoke a bit this time. It's not fully established yet.
So what causes, or what prevents what's underneath becoming completely ash?
You can't get oxygen.
So let's think about this. This is a different kind of burn, and so let's talk about temperature for a minute, because it'll make that question clear.
Yeah.
There's a primary burn and a secondary burn going on here. The primary burn is the lignin material burning a little bit in a low oxygen environment that drives these oils into a gaseous form. The oils are actually flammable oils. That's the secondary burn. So if you look at what I'm talking about with the burn temp, I'm talking about the burn temp of the woody material. When Jack was saying he could look at with the heat gun and see it peg, what's happening is when that gas comes off of the wood and goes up and mixes with oxygen and it burns,
it's super hot.
That gets bloody hot.
I'm measuring the temperature of the outside of the barrel.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you got two different temperatures. You've got the temperature of the secondary burn, which will be very hot. But we do the same thing in a rocket mass heater, and we can get the secondary burn to 2,200, 2,300 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's a secondary burn. But what we're doing here is you got this layer of wood that is, its primary combustion is only probably in this case 600 to 900 degrees according to where it is.
Yep.
Right? And then it's driving all these gases off, and then the gases are burning, right? But because the gases are consuming all the oxygen up top, the oxygen can't get down to the wood at the bottom, and that's what keeps it from going all to ash.
Yeah, the three things that cause.
Right. And what happens is, now the other really...
We still, I don't know if her vent maybe.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Some of these, like, closed is like halfway, and I can't really see down there now.
There's a hole sticking out that might be jamming it open.
Oh yeah, there is.
It's not closed. You have to go all the way to the post.
Hole on the bottom.
That's the post.
That's closed.
All right.
No, is it not? Oh.
It's still open, kind of.
It's probably like a little bit back, actually.
It's on the other side of this leg.
The other way.
That would be all the way open.
There you go.
Okay, good. All right. Okay. I've got it backwards. Mine goes the other direction.
Jack, you mentioned store.
So you can see right now, some of it's just starting to ash. And you'll also see like that is not combusted much at all because it's off to the side, but I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be underneath all this extreme heat and it's gonna burn out. But you want it to be a little bit more ash than it is. When I add the next layer, we'll probably get a little smoke again like we did. After that, unless I get too excited about it, we probably won't get smoke again in any significant volume. We learned something when we tried the side saddle kiln for the first time. We tried using some green wood because we needed to get rid of it, and it was hackberry, and there was a lot of leaves. The terpenes in hackberry leaf must be very similar to cannabis because my entire neighborhood smelled like there was a Cheech and Chong reunion or something going on. I mean, it didn't smell similar to, it smelled exactly like cannabis. Alan, I think hackberry is an underutilized tree. What do you think?
Yeah. There's a lot of underutilized species.
That's good enough. Another layer. Hey, this is a class. Why don't somebody come up here and put a layer on it? Put a layer on. I'm not doing it. I'm just, go ahead. That way if you do it wrong, I'll tell you. Don't just grab all that and throw that shit in there like that. Just one layer. So like Tetris, but you're not trying to win. You're just trying to make one layer. Everything that's already burnt, covered. Within reason. You're not going to actually, because then you'll make it too. So like go here and there. And so you'll get some smoke. This is really well seasoned wood though.
You're welcome.
Well, and you tarped it. That's the important thing.
Huh?
You tarped it.
Yeah.
If you don't tarp it, you'll wish you did. Now let's say you decided you're gonna do this and run a little class at home and teach people about it. And you said you were gonna go to somebody's house to do it or somebody's little homestead to do it. You brought your grill with you or even a couple grills. And you get there and all their wood is ass. It's wet or it's green. And now you need to save your little class. How would you do it? Where would you look for dry wood?
Hanging in a tree.
I'll say anything
hanging in the trees.
Yeah.
Ask that person, hey dummy, that has green or wet wood, do you have any dead standing trees? That will be perfect for this unless it just poured. Otherwise it's good. So what we have here in this bucket is a few pieces off the top of the last burn Nicole did. And I think she had some issues with the end of the burn. And it wasn't as bad as she thought it was. There's only a few pieces we found, but like that's a perfect example. That's not fully, everybody see that? Mm-hmm. That's not fully pyrolized. Even a big piece like this, like the end of it is pyrolized some, but you should be able to break this. If you can't break this, it goes back. So when we do the next layer, we'll throw that in too with it. So if you have some that's not fully carbonized, you haven't messed it up. It's not like a cake that you half baked that you can't put back in the oven. Just pitch it in your next burn. That's all you have to do. And that's why I like to use, in the kettle, I like to use the larger material first and finish with small material. If you really want to completely maximize as much as you can get out of one burn, if you have dry wood chips, get a bucket or two of wood chips. And at the very end, just lightly cover it and they'll go almost instantly. Because by the time you get to there, the heat you have is insane. And then you just keep doing that so you can't get any more in. And you can literally fill that thing. And they'll crush real easily for you. But if you want to do just wood chips, you kind of need specialized equipment for that because they're so dense. They don't usually do well like in a retort. You have to have like a specific type of kiln built for it. They have all types of kilns now. This is getting very commercialized. Yep. They have some that somebody will use to, like, let's say, heat their greenhouse. And it uses pellets on an auger. And it's literally, you see pellets going in one side and perfect crushed biochar powder coming out the other. Yep. And they just fill up a hopper and it'll run for hours and hours to heat that greenhouse. They're doing a heated greenhouse, they need to heat it anyway. The wood pellets are made from a waste product. You don't have to crush it. I have a little stove made by, what's his name? Michael, Blue Sky Biochar is the company. Whitman. Michael Whitman. It works great. It's a little cook stove, and at the end you end up with a little handful of biochar pellets. What is your opinion on crushing?
I'm in favor of it.
I'm in favor of it. Is it necessary?
According to your application,
Yeah,
in the vast majority of applications, I think it's highly beneficial.
I would agree.
So then, of course, always the question is, well, how much do I crush?
Yeah.
And for most of the applications that we're looking at that are agricultural, what I tell everybody is average size will be about the size of a grain of rice. And then we can have some slightly larger. We can have some. If you go to a grain of rice, you're going to have some powdered stuff as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna. And that's about it. There's other plate, and it's also in some cases it's actually beneficial to have some bigger chunks. For a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not, in most cases, want to reduce it to a fine powder.
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
There are a few cases where we do that. It creates a huge amount of surface area. There's a few edge cases of bioremediation. That's not agricultural. That's when we're trying to clean up a toxic situation where that extra, it's almost like making it into activated charcoal.
Okay.
Right? Because there's biochar and activated charcoal are really close.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really are.
It's just
Yeah.
more. It's
More purified.
It's more purified. They quench it with a high pressure steam to clean out the pores.
Yeah.
And it's a higher temperature.
Yes.
And if you go a little further,
Yep.
what do you get when you go a little further? You could write with it. There you go. And there's a bunch of ways you can inoculate. I have if any of y'all have seen it, I've got a fairly large timber frame pond, but it's the shallow one that's behind my duck coop. And I was explaining that to Alan today. It's got multiple tubs that cascade back down into it. I grow fish in it. I grow water hyacinth in it all summer long to keep the water temperature down, and I use the water hyacinth to feed my ducks. Well, the other part of that is upgrade from it. There's a 50-gallon tub, Rubbermaid stock tank. And I fill it up, and the ducks go in there. What does a duck do the second it gets in water?
Oops.
It poops. And there's a valve on it. I open that valve, and it runs right into that pond. Duck shit water right into the water that I'm growing fish in. When you go to the pond and you fish, you catch fish, aren't there duck shitting in there? Don't worry about that, right? But I also have ebb and flow beds in that system too. And so between the water hyacinths, the ebb and flow beds, the cascade system, and then I'm also watching the nutrient levels, and if it gets high, I stop doing that. And I have several trees. I have basically a manifold there with 3 different valves. One goes to the pond, one goes to this beautiful willow tree, and one goes to a locust. And whenever the water is high enough in nutrient that I don't want to add anymore, I just open a different valve and water and fertigate that tree. And the willow will take as much of that as you can give it. It just doesn't care. But I have a 21-gallon tub in there set up as an ebb and flow bed that generally isn't running and it's empty. I will take crushed biochar and stick it in there and turn that ebb and flow on and let that run for a few weeks. That'll charge it up just fine. And that's why I've actually come to the conclusion I don't think it's as important to crush as maybe we think it is, because about 3 weeks of that, it starts to break down, really break down. So I'm figuring that happens in the soil too, but maybe not as fast.
Yeah. It according to conditions.
And I've grown in it as well. And if you try to do it right away, like, first of all, it's going to really take up a lot of nutrient, and you're going to see your other plants, if you're running aquaponics off that, not doing so well at first because it's going to take so much nutrient up. But once you see that kind of switch, you can grow it. It's basically like growing in anything else. The problem is it really floats. It really wants to float, so it'll keep doing it like you put a tomato plant in, and that tomato just keep ending up deeper and deeper in there, which isn't necessarily a problem.
I've also found that my chickens break it up pretty well.
Yep.
So I just throw
Yeah, when you put it in the coop, when you go to make compost, you don't really see much of it. You see a few pieces. That's the other thing you do. If you have something that's bigger than you want when you did your crushing and you don't feel like crushing anymore, just throw that in your coop because. Or put it in a dish and put it in your coop. They'll eat it.
Oh yeah. They'll eat it anyway, even if you just put it in as a log or whatever. They'll just peck on the outside.
Yeah, animals love it.
Oh yeah.
There's some guys down in Australia. What they're doing now, they're putting it out where their cows feed. The cows eat it. The cows step on it. The cows crush it, and then they're intentionally bringing in various species of dung beetles and adding them to their ecosystem. And then the cows shit on the biochar. The biochar has cow shit in it. The dung beetle rolls it up in a ball and sticks it down in the ground. If you don't want dung beetles, you have to do the dung beetle's job, right? Now, if you look in here right now, it's at a really good state of burn. You'll see that it's burning, but it's not actually consuming the wood. Wood always burns twice. It gets hot enough to off gas, the gas burns, and after all the gas comes out, the carbon skeleton burns, and that's what we're preventing. Does anybody know the trick where you ask somebody if they've ever seen a match burn twice? Yeah. If you do, don't say it. Just say you know it. How many don't know it? You can admit it. I'm not going to do it to you. So you ask the person, have you ever seen a match burn twice? And they say no. And so you light the match and you show it to them. They say, how many times did it burn? And they go, 1. You blow it out and you burn them.
Oh.
You gotta be in.
Okay, see, you want to do it? See that one that's still really, really black?
Yeah.
Don't cover that one. That one big piece. There's 2 pieces right there. Don't cover them. Cover all the ash stuff.
If I do it wrong, you fix it.
Yeah, I'll just yell at you.
Okay.
You won't care.
I'll cry.
I always feel bad when I make people cry. I'm like, what did I say? All I said was you were an idiot and retarded and stupid. Why are you crying?
You should have heard the stuff I wanted to say.
I'm with Alan though. I have a lot of faith in Gen Z. I think all you millennials are just, you know, if you're older millennials, you might be all right. The guys in the middle of that, I don't know if you're ever gonna make it. The Gen Z seem pretty hardcore, man.
Some of them, yeah.
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 Alan likes to work with the Gen Z kids. Yeah, just
well, there's going to be plenty of them because there's a whole thing going around about firing Gen Z first. Yeah.
Maybe one right see between there. That's all right. Get another one.
I'm walking away from
If you ever have that before, you could put a couple here.
Thank you. I'm going to do it.
Yep.
I'm up.
See that gap right there?
I remember it was either last time or the time before, we were doing a demo up here about starting fire. Right as Brian Young got in the shower, and he didn't realize what was going on up here, and he's like, you can only see his head.
No, he's going to keep going until he runs out of wood, he said, I think. He said at least another half hour.
Should we run another layer? Cover crops.
Yeah, I think it's looking pretty.
Sure, why not?
It's cool. Like, it's fun. Like, it's really not hard. And they have all kinds of, like, people that sell shit to you that the black hats let in. They're probably grifting a little bit.
Hey, you can eat, but you've already set up, and you might be getting up 2 hours later, and you have to eat before that. You know?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, just talking to the old school Rangers and then talking to the kids now and what they go through, I was like, I think.
Well, they let them have knee pads now and stuff. Like what? Everyone.
First time I ever get stung by one was in Florida. And like all kids, you fuck with shit. And I was peeling bark off a pine tree. And he was underneath the easy to peel piece of bark, and I grabbed him and he stung the shit out of me. I was scared as shit. I thought I was gonna die. Running to my grandfather, Grandpa, it's gonna be. He took like, 5 minutes of me sobbing with him having no idea before I finally calmed down enough to explain it. He's like, oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things they terrify little kids with that. Like, oh, you get stung by a tarantula, you're gonna die. Like, no, you're gonna have the flu, but you're gonna be fine. Same thing with the tarantulas and or the scorpions and everything else.
But you want a little kid not to fuck with shit, so you oversell it, and that's not really good. I mean, the original fairy tales, man, if you read the original fairy tales, they were fucked up.
Everybody dies or gets maimed in the end.
I found like an old fairy tale.
The last gospel written, he's complete full-on trader.
Yeah, but see, there's a philosophical discussion to be had there. If it's preordained, is he really a trader? He was scheduled to do, right? He was scheduled to do it.
So the inference that he was a traitor, and therefore he shouldn't have done it. But if it was supposed to happen and he didn't do it,
then the gospel.
Then what would happen?
Yeah. Then the proverbs are not correct, and then there's a whole thing with that.
Getting little puffs to go to Eric because it likes Eric. I'm curious about this coffee bean thing. I know it works with wood chips, but they look really small and dense.
Oh.
So can you do like really small?
But It was $600 when I spent it. I mean,
and it's a good story. You can tell it over
is a
and
good
over
story. There's other Bitcoin I spent. I don't even know what it was on. At least I know what that was on. But it was also a whole Bitcoin. That's why I really remember it. It hurts. Stupid should hurt. That should be our goal in society, to make stupid painful. Then you get less stupid.
That's another T-shirt. Make
stupid
painful again.
Yep. MS. But y'all see how fast that small material went?
Right. So is this a brand new experiment, the coffee beans?
Yeah, I've never done it. Where's Nicole?
It'll smell nice.
You want me to go get her?
I'm gonna text her. But yeah, maybe you should. I don't know if she got her phone on her. We're about to start adding coffee beans if you want to be here.
The problem is
I have no idea how this is going to work out.
The texts here don't come through very easy all the time.
Yeah.
They're spotty.
Well, we're both on Wi-Fi right now, so it should.
What's the reason for the coffee beans? Is there a purpose, or just we're
Well,
experimenting?
so this has to be gotten rid of anyway. This is a failed roast.
Okay.
And we should be able to make biochar out of them.
Gotcha.
But I've never tried it before. I don't have a bunch of failed coffee beans laying around.
Well, if Alan says the best size for your garden is grain of rice.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, these will crush super easy too. So I'd probably let this go a little bit more before quenching it. You see, you still got some that hasn't ashed over, but I don't want to let it go down too much before I add the coffee beans. I'm trying to wait on the cold. Coffee beans. Here she comes. We'll wait on her. But this is kind of what you're looking for, this little flicker. And this would also be, if I wasn't doing coffee beans, this is where I would be adding wood chips. But we definitely could have made a little bit more with that material, but we do want to wrap up. We don't want Nicole to be put off her schedule. All right, so this would be right where if I wasn't going to add anything else, this would be right where I would quench.
Oh, we need water turned on. Is the water on?
I think it might be on. I just
that
think the
piece right
nozzle's
there
off.
may not fully carbonize. We'll see. But what I'm going to do with this is just I need like a scoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to dump the bucket all over the place.
One of those big grain scoops.
Let's just see what happens.
That smells good.
Yeah, we need like a feed scoop.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one for you, Jack. Even a cup. But that should be about how much we'll do each level. Maybe a little bit more.
Oh God, this smells.
Well, you
So that'll work.
That smells
That's
rank.
perfect.
Feed scoop.
well, now it's
Oh, look at that
it
smell.
started out.
Oh.
It started.
You're sending me this video for my next ad, right?
Burning. Here's your coffee
This is
beans.
what
I'm
happened.
burning
This is
them.
what happens when I screw up.
Yep.
It's even too screwed up for bucket blend.
Oh God, that smells bad.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping to see is flames come up everywhere here soon. Because like I said, I've just never done anything quite this dense and small. Like if that was wood chips, it would have just instantly.
What's the moisture content difference, you think?
I have
Pretty
no
dry.
idea.
Yeah.
They should be pretty dry because you did roast them.
I roasted them, they just weren't right. I don't remember what I did wrong with that. Oh no, that's just the
Or like
rib.
your throwaways.
Did you wake up
No.
and do
Don't you
those
have to
this
do like
morning?
Yeah,
a pre-roast?
I don't have to every time, but I had recalibrated the roaster, and that is the really crappy Brazil beans that I don't. We don't drink those because they're gross. There's a reason that bag was cheap.
And you know, for all I know, I put a little more than I should have because I just haven't done this.
It'll catch up if we're patient.
Yeah.
Because that was the first mistake I made, was putting too much material on, and you can't
Yeah.
recover. You just end up with more ash.
Yep. It's funny you only have one spot that's broken through.
Right.
Yeah.
It's starting to flicker over there.
I mean, I guess
That's
you could.
been the hot side.
I
though,
guess you
the
could
whole
do that.
time.
Let the first layer or two go really long,
Yeah.
and then at the end you could use that and start making potash with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
But this is one of
wrong
your
with little-
ingredients.
nothing wrong with a little
Ingredients for
gunpowder at
black
home.
powder.
Yeah.
Saltpeter, charcoal, sulfur.
I've heard that dogwood charcoal is one of the better performing ones.
Really?
So you said that on your podcast once, and my mom was in the car, and explains to me a whole story about learning how to do that one summer, being bored.
Oh. Making gunpowder? It's awesome. Your mom's so great.
She's a boomer that's honorary Gen X, man.
She just goes through the whole explanation, and I'm like a pause, Jack. I gotta hear this story. So let me get this right. You were making bombs in your basement.
Well, you didn't all do
My
that
mom didn't like it when she found out.
What year was this? What you said?
Well, that would have been in the 50s, probably. 50s or 60s. Yeah. Military brat, not a lot of friends, just moved.
It definitely is different than
has to go to the
what
library to learn how, yeah. It's just that one side for some reason.
Yeah. The whole burn, that side has been
The side.
a little bit higher burn than the other
There may be an
side.
air leak down there.
There we go, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes.
There we go. I have a feeling once they kick, then we'll just light coat it and it should just keep going and keep going. Look at this, see this, these are ashing over already.
Yeah.
But what we can do is just
that one spot black. So you're gonna add a coffee module to your
I don't know
biochar.
yet. I haven't decided yet. I have to see the results. I know it can be made with coffee beans.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if it's really the right method.
Cole, I was looking for cast iron a week or so ago and ran across one. It was a cast iron pan with a lid and a little view port and a crank handle for coffee roasting.
Nice. Or popcorn, I imagine that would work for too.
Yeah, probably.
Because I used to roast in a popcorn, like Jiffy, like a kettle corn. Aluminum. Outside, of course. Don't do
Well,
that
maybe
inside.
it's just a little bit too much choke off, but it should still, at some point, kick over. Some of them didn't get roasted at all.
Some of them weren't roasted, yeah. If I sweep the floor and it's just beans, I just put them aside and compost them. But then I was like, I feel like this could be a source for biochar.
Yeah.
You know, mess with it.
I mean, where it's burning, it did exactly what you would expect it to do. It ashed over, and it's just not going quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other thing about not worrying about whether you got all the charcoal fully carbonized and all, if you're going to put it in your compost system, it doesn't really matter.
It will
compost. The part that's charcoal will be charcoal, and the part that isn't will compost.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that one side is just definitely throwing a little more heat than everybody else. You can see it's already where I even covered it.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Coffee might be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I thought it'd just go.
I did too.
Yeah.
I really
it's dry.
did. And all the oils in it.
Yeah. There we go.
Maybe. Come on, bitch. I mean, the amount of heat under there is insane right now. If you stuck your hand in there, you're going to the ER.
Nobody do that.
That wasn't a recommendation.
It was not a recommendation. It was actually a warning. Might be a good way to choke it off.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, right?
It might just be they're all so uniform
Yeah.
and dense. It might just really
not be letting air in at
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Maybe a candidate for doing the barrel inside barrel version. You could just pack that thing and then smoke around
pack
it.
it with regular stock and then add that. It might work.
You could do a number 10 can, seal it, and throw it in your wood stove.
Yeah.
That would probably work really well in the hotel tray method.
Yeah. I mean, I could just run my roaster for a really long time.
I was thinking it too. I was like, if you just left it in the roaster,
I would ruin
a very expensive roaster.
Yeah, no,
though.
it wouldn't ruin the roaster. It would ruin every batch after that. So I cleaned it. Yeah, because that taste.
If you ran it till it was like a French roast and then we threw it in there,
Yeah,
it would already be a lot closer to what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, tried wood pellets in a bucket this size with a lid on it, and I put it in the middle of my brush burn pile. And
carbon the outside, not the center.
Yeah, it was too dense.
Yeah. Now I've done this with wood pellets, and it totally works. A lot of them just aren't doing anything.
Yeah, it's really interesting. There's going to be coffee in there.
To you, it's interesting. To me, it's annoying. I don't know that we should keep doing it.
No, I don't think so.
We'll
Doesn't appear to be working as well as we thought it would.
No.
But that's how you learn.
Chase, you owe me a beer.
I got a great title for the video now. Coffee beans.
Yeah.
Not great.
Not great.
Got an old cookie.
It does smell good. I mean,
oh my god.
It doesn't smell as good as when you're roasting.
Full of them in your next campfire.
It starts out for the first couple minutes. Or the first I don't know, 30 seconds. It smells really good, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, now it smells like burned, sour nastiness.
It smells like convenience store old coffee.
Right.
It kind of is. I mean, it's been sitting around in that bucket for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe just a much lighter layer if you're going to do it.
Yeah, but then there's almost no point in doing it.
There's a crack though, right? And you end up with holes that you separate out. That's what the biochar, the holes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the chaff.
Yeah, that's what the biochar. That I bet you that would go.
I could put a bag on my chaff exhaust. You could try that sometime.
Because it's a waste product, right? It happens. Like,
yeah,
it's not an extra
that
step,
happens, really. And the chaff happens. I was going to test the chaff as media for mushrooms.
I read or heard about a project somewhere in the tropics where that's what they were doing. It was a coffee plantation, and they were taking all the chaff and using it
for biochar.
Yeah, but it might not have been the chaff. It might have been actually the berry skins.
Okay, that's possible.
Yeah.
Those would be big because the chaff is very fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a generalized question. Is it just our community that's kind of getting big into this based on your research, Jack, or are you seeing a resurgence overall?
Everywhere.
And what's causing that? Do you know? Is it just the new technology that came out, or
it works and the carbon credit scheme?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of farmers now that, and like subsistence farmers in the third world, they're now profitable.
Interesting.
They're being trained by specific organizations how to make biochar. They're getting paid to make biochar and use it on their own farm.
Okay.
Because like Microsoft and people that are playing the carbon credit thing, they want the carbon credits.
Yeah, so they're selling.
So they'll buy it. They don't really have any use for it. So they'll buy it, but then the farmer uses it and they look all charitable. I mean, it's going now. It's doing it. It's just really slow.
There might end up being more moisture inside those beans still.
It might be.
Than you would think that there would be.
Yeah, I mean because they're pre-dried when I get them.
You would think there'd be a lot of steam coming off of them though, and there really is.
No, they're not.
Do you have like
that patch over there? Nice.
thing that tests how dry
Even where they're not burning, that's fucking hot. If Alan was still here, he could give us some very scientific explanation of why this is failing. But
I mean, he's talking with somebody about compost right now. Compost tea.
do a thin layer of those and then do this wood on top, because this wood is going to go. Smelling good now.
Plus, I am an orange oil radiating thing, so it's mixing orange in there. Because I spilled it on me too. I tried to kill the fire ants on me.
Is that what you're using, orange oil?
No, they weren't on me. No, I just sloshed.
Oh, sorry.
You don't hand me a bucket with water in it, it doesn't spill when I'm walking around.
Hey, just throw it on there. We'll do one more layer of that. I think then we're going to call it after that, though, because I don't think the... But it might pyrolyze what we already did. It's kind of a letdown, man. I kind of wanted that to work.
Yeah, me too.
Especially for you, because you have, you have it on.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another way to make that work.
Oh, I'm sure
it's
there is.
Probably different methods.
Tried sawdust?
I know that's going to be a problem.
Because
it's just too dense, yeah. Now, I guess if you did it really light, but you also run the risk of burning your face off.
Explosion.
Like, it's kind of like a corn silo or a wheat silo explosion, right? Grain flour explosion, yeah. Grain silo. Yeah. Dang it. Coffee beans. Dang it.
Coffee is for drinking, not for charring.
Yeah.
Apparently.
When it hits the part that's too wide.
I mean, it's essentially you're charring a cherry pit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that they would char in a like a cookie tin or something.
Yeah.
Can't go through either. You're done.
Well, if you did like a one of the tea lugs,
yeah,
and then maybe you had them in small trays in the center of that, that might work. I don't know. I mean, even the wood we threw on there now, it's like they so dampened it.
You're doing really well. Some of these guys were very, very quick.
I saw one of those.
Leaf blower. Yeah, because if you, when I was throwing that small material on it, it was instantly gone, instantly gone, instantly gone. So now you gotta wait for that to pop.
Recreational activity sounds like fun.
Well, I can make that go fast. I just push it together, it'll go. But I was hoping if it would ignite, it would pull some heat through. Physics.
I'm sure it's helping.
Do physics, bitch.
Did we cause a heat triangle or a fire triangle problem?
You literally are standing exactly where it's.
But it won't matter where I move; it'll follow me.
It'll follow you.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Smoke follows beauty. There you go.
I could understand that.
It's just crayon breath. There's a dude, he's pretty big on TikTok. I think he's actually a Marine, but he does like these videos of like the 5 different branches, I guess 6 branches now, because he does Coast Guard and Space Force and all. And he'll be like, you know, how different service branches pet a dog or make a sandwich.
I gotta see those on Instagram. Yeah.
And the Space Force dude, for some reason, has like little chicken fingers and shit.
Did he do one recently on when comms go down?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one last week, like how they go drinking on Friday night or something, and they're all he walks out of the house 5 different times.
And the Navy guy's always like a flaming gay guy with a bow on his head.
Tim's not here, so none of those jokes are gonna land very well.
No.
That's the name of it. I will remember that.
Has he ever come to one of these up here?
No, he doesn't venture that far.
No, I gave him shit about it though this week.
Yeah.
But he got yelled at, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
By who?
His significant other told him that there were still big projects to be completed at the boob house, that he was not going anywhere.
What's left to do there?
I have no idea. They still have that whole back side of the property to do stuff, so.
That house is pretty fucking awesome.
It's so cool.
What got me was how big it was in that one little window unit.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in there in August, and it's comfortable. And I'm like, this is nuts.
I didn't realize when he originally did his first presentation at your place, I imagined it to be a lot more expensive than it actually was to get it done. Like, it was less than $200K total.
They're not that expensive to build. The problem is they're very hard to sell.
Yeah.
You need a cash buyer because it's almost impossible to get financing because the
It's
whole
round.
system's retarded. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a dome home I wanted to buy down in Mansfield when we bought the house we have now. And I mean, I just looked at the pictures online. I'm like, I'll just buy it. And the real estate agent was like, it's going to be very difficult. And I'm like, oh, that's why it's actually such a good deal. Because I just looked at the pictures of the kitchen, and I'm like, building that kitchen is $65 grand. And it was 7.5 acres. It was like 4,200 square foot. And I'm like, and you can't get it appraised, but the appraiser for Tarrant County had no problem putting a price on it for the taxes on it, you know. And I would have so many ponds, Nicole. That's all black clay down there. I mean, 7 acres, like 4 of it would have been water. It would have been pond, 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 swale connections, pond, pond, pond. Deep 1/4 acre ponds. Now that's working, but there's still like beans that don't even look like anything happened to them at all.
Yeah, this whole corner over here.
Yeah, this whole backside, that whole edge.
Yep.
We're starting to ash out pretty good on the top.
Yeah,
we
we're about to
douse it.
Once that last bit, I'm not worried about what's under it because it's so choked off by the beans, it ain't going nowhere. But once those go down to a flicker, we'll go ahead and hit it. If not, we'll arc.
No, we just go on that side of Eric.
Just come around. Point in a safe direction.
Can you hit it from a distance with a hose? That's a challenge that any man will accept and at least give his all for. Remember Spencer Gifts?
I do.
In the malls?
Yes. Oh, the store? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they sell like weird trinkets now, I think.
Yeah. It's like Hot Topic. I remember they had a thing, and it was like a gift, and it was a book with like pop outs, and it was like these battleships that would float, and then like a ring with a sight. And then it was like the big gun, small caliber, like on it, depending on how the girth was.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Even that piece of wood right there is just not going at all because
there it goes.
The beans caused. It's working, it just takes way too long.
Yeah,
at this point, anything you put in there should just. So if it won't go now, it's not gonna.
Rami said hi.
In the amount of time that we spent trying to do that, we could have been breaking pieces of that and completely filled it, and we'd be done.
They think it's dinner time.
He was quite vocal earlier.
Yeah, he may have already gotten dinner.
Her big lamb.
Rami.
Oh, even though they graze, they get feed?
They get a small amount of treats at night so that they will come to us.
So that they will be obedient?
We want. Yes.
So when it's time to make them into meat,
And then we
they'll
check
just come and
water
cooperate.
And Little Sheep has had some swelling, so I say, how does Little Sheep's bottom look? Because that's life on a homestead. You ask questions like that.
Yeah.
When you say swelling, I know nothing about sheep. Okay, so.
I had to pull a lamb out of her because she was too small. It got stuck.
Okay.
And I didn't really want her pregnant yet, but she wanted to be pregnant, and she jumped the fence. It's actually literally her fault.
Yeah.
So.
She's too small.
I think so.
It's the same reason I have Belle.
Yeah.
Joel was resting her mom for a breeding cycle, and she escaped a crate. Well, I'm gonna get me a baby.
My parents bought some lambs. They bought some land a couple years ago, and they got some lambs, and suddenly they had surprise fall lambs, and they didn't realize that Ma was pregnant. Yeah, Ma was pregnant when she came to them.
I had surprise winter lambs because a 3.5-month-old ram, that one, hadn't been separated yet, and he got separated at 3.5 months. And then a lot of births happened right around Christmas and into January when it was really cold, which is not when I wanted it to happen. Yeah.
He's like, hallelujah, they just penned me in here with all these women. This is terrible.
Yeah. I mean, he was just like, we hadn't weaned him yet. Yeah. No. Why? He said 6:30 this morning when he texted me. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess the other redneck asked me that question and I hadn't heard an update since the other.
There's a lot of rednecks around here.
I know.
I even got the t-shirt.
That's why we call it the Holler of Misfit Rednecks.
I have this shirt.
We need to get a new redneck heavy duck farmer shirt into the New Year shop.
We do.
I want to do it with a tie-dye shirt, and I want to do a peace symbol with a duck foot. I think that would be cool.
He's not happy with his edges.
Burn, motherfucker.
So at the very end, you wait until it's all ashen and then you douse it with water.
Yeah, well, you wait till you're just down to flickering.
Flickering, okay.
Yeah, like if the only thing you had was this, that's when you would kill it. We could kill it right now. I'm just trying to, that little bit of wood we threw on there to try to make it work. I'm trying to go ahead and get it because I know that what's under there is safe. It's completely capped with those beams. So I'm not worried about losing it or anything.
Well, what is the policy? Don't let perfect
as soon as you go down here. And you see how ashen that looks? When we hit that with water, it'll instantly just be black.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once we wet it down really good, we'll put the lid on it with the vents closed, and we'll deal with it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. It will
After
get
we
rained
eat a
on
piece.
tonight.
You have to eat a piece though. Eric has to eat some.
Give him the coffee one.
Oh. I want to try one of the coffee ones if we can find one that's fully pyrolyzed. It should taste like nothing, like anything
it
else.
shouldn't taste like anything.
You know it's gonna taste like something. Nah, just the luck of that.
That's why Eric gets to go first. Yeah, that video where Bob eats the freaking giant beetle and the faces on the students is great. Bob Wells. We're trying to get him on the show. He's like, I want to be ready.
Oh, geez.
You're ready, man. Nick's being a little form bitch right now.
A what?
Little form. I don't want to fill out the form yet, but I want my spot held.
Oh, no.
He's on a consulting tour,
Oh.
so he doesn't have time.
I haven't filled out the
Like
form because
the
I know
amount of
you're not
time
going
you
to put me
took,
on until last.
the amount of time you took to write this email complaining, you could have done the form. You already have your bio. You already know your sites. Like all you need is a topic and questions. Use ChatGPT.
I love Matthew. Seriously, used ChatGPT. Here's the Matthew's like, here's the questions I asked it.
I have Ken Berry very ass hurt right now.
Why?
Because he said, I would love to be on the show again, but I am never filling out that form again. And my response was, then you're never being on the show again. And then right after I sent him that email, I mean seconds after I sent him that email, I got the email from Matt. The one about using ChatGPT, and I just forwarded it to him. I said, here, quit being a baby. I haven't heard a word back. And I usually get at least one text a week from him on some random shit. Haven't heard from him at all since then. All right, we can quench. You have the con. Go ahead. You can't do this part wrong. You can do it not enough, but you can't do it wrong.
Sounds like a champ.
Push it forward.
Yeah.
You can spray people with it. That would be wrong.
Yeah, it's No, it's just.
Oh, let's. Yeah, apparently you can do it wrong.
You want shower?
Yeah, back.
Okay.
Go ahead. It barely reaches, but it reaches.
Yeah.
And just keep going. We're gonna literally it should float.
Yeah, smells rank. That's the coffee beans.
Smells a little coffee like.
It does actually.
Where's the lid? Do you keep watering until the smoke stops?
Yeah. Keep watering until it's out. I mean, honestly, right there, we probably could throw the lid on it. It would be fine, but when I do it in the barrel, I'll literally dump like a gallon of urine in it. Mix it up.
Well, if you pee in it now, we're not eating it.
No. No. Because that'll start the inoculation. Pure nitrogen. If you take this stuff and just add urine to it, you got 15-part nitrogen fertilizer.
Well, there you go. Put a 5-gallon bucket somewhere near a tree and just tell people, hey, for the next day or so.
Tastes like
Tastes
nothing.
There's my burnt wood.
Tastes like burnt wood.
I wonder if I can find a bean. And did they carbonize or not?
See, the problem with this though, Jack, is I spent a lot of time and money putting all those toxins in my body, and now I'm putting this in there and it's going to absorb all those toxins.
It carbonized.
Yeah. Did you eat any of the cancer cheese?
It does not taste like coffee at all.
No, it's completely carbonized.
No, there really isn't any
Oh, it's just the melted cheese, the nacho cheese.
Oh, not yet, not yet, no.
Most of them actually
It
get
is.
carbonized. And look, you know what? They crush easily. Look.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was like, it'll be.
It didn't taste like coffee, or
No.
I didn't
You can
eat
eat a piece. It really doesn't.
I didn't
hurt.
eat the coffee bean, I just ate a piece of
You
it.
just put black stuff on your teeth.
Yeah, people pay good money to brush their teeth and
Here, try a bean.
No, no bean, Jack.
Bean?
I'm good, thank you though.
Here.
I don't like coffee. I can't imagine
It doesn't taste
burning the shit out of it's going to make it taste any better.
It doesn't taste like anything.
No?
Actually. It doesn't even taste like
See
smoky
right
wood.
here? Like right there. Hold on, bring that back. The sides. I really want to get the sides as well.
You can get more.
Yours leaks so much.
Yeah, yours doesn't leak that much.
Nah, I can't really float it.
It's pretty,
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those beans aren't.
You signed a waiver.
Yeah,
pretty
those
gritty
beans,
though. Not
nothing
gonna lie.
happened
A
to
little gritty.
We all know you didn't pee your pants, but they won't know.
It's like being back in the desert.
Disconnect, Jack.
It is?
Yes.
Nice, your tongue flat. There's no valve on that.
It's really tough.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Is this maximum pressure?
Yeah. Who knows what else is on
It'll
right
be
now.
alright. But you can see right here, like all this didn't even do anything.
Then they spreaded it in water. Okay. But they break it all apart.
A lot of it did though. A lot of it came out really good.
It did, yeah, when, you know, contracting, when you go from something super hot to super cold.
I just don't think, it will work eventually, I just
You
don't
can
think
eat
it's
pieces,
worth
they'll
it.
give you a piece to eat it.
And most people are not going to have it anyway.
Yeah.
Tastes like the end of a steak that's super burnt that doesn't have any steak left in there, just burnt.
Yeah.
There you go, you're floating now.
Got to be better than a purple crayon.
Hey, the red crayons are the best, all right?
Red crayons are the best?
Red crayons are the best.
You differ with many of your brothers. I've always been told the grape flavored ones are best.
Is that new ban on dyes going to change your...
Oh,
change the
yeah.
flavor? It might change the flavor.
I think you're allowed to
He's
say
a
anything
cherry
on
man.
crayons because normal people don't eat them.
Well, you gotta stay away from the yellow because I got enough
All right,
of
we're
the yellow
good.
6 and Mountain Dew. I don't need to eat the crayon.
Whoever's down there can shut that off, and that's all you got to do.
All done.